But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who was articulate and bright and clean and nice-looking guy.
Biden recalling his early Senate career, bringing up two segregationist senators, Herman Talmadge and James Eastland, who called African Americans an inferior race. I was in a caucus with James O. Eastland, Biden said. He never called me boy. He always called me son. At least there was some civility. We got things done.
The senators that he is speaking of with such adoration are individuals who made and built their reputation on segregation. The Ku Klux Klan celebrated the election of one of them.
Using the word boy in the way he did can cause hurt and pain, and we need a presidential nominee and the leader of our party to be sensitive to that.
My Democratic colleagues don't like me saying this. I think the two-party system is good for the South and good for the Negro, good for the black. Other than the fact that they still call me boy, I think they've changed their mind a little bit.
As also noted, Robert C. Byrd was a parliamentary library, a keeper of the institution of the Senate, and he was the institution itself. For a lot of us, he was a friend, and he was a mentor, and he was a guide.
1987, he bragged about getting an award from George Wallace.
Biden bragged about an award from the notorious segregationist Governor George Wallace and told the Philadelphia Inquirer, "I think the Democratic Party could stand a liberal George Wallace, someone who's not afraid to stand up and offend people."
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent.
Unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Biden was remarking to an audience in South Virginia that included hundreds of black voters.
If Haiti just quietly sunk into the Caribbean or rose up 300 feet, it wouldn't matter a whole lot.
The reason I was able to stay sequestered in my home is because some black woman was able to stack the grocery shelf.
One thing Biden is being slammed for is the crime bill he helped write 25 years ago that many critics say resulted in mass incarceration, especially of young African-American men.
Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing.
It did contribute to mass incarceration in our country.
There's about 100,000 of them, if you want to be rhetorically extreme about it, that are the...
Okay. Y'all get the message. This is nothing new for Democrats. We got to talk about Kathy Hochul, the Democrat governor of New York. I actually released a YouTube short on this, but I wanted to talk about it a little bit more because this is absolutely blown up, this entire story, and rightfully so, because Democrats are showing their true colors. As you guys just saw there in the opening, this is nothing new for Democrats. Joe Biden has been racist his entire life. Democrats try to accuse Trump of being racist. He's not, right? I just showed you proof proof of Joe Biden. But like I said, let's get into this story. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And let's dive in.
Governor Kathy Hochul faces criticism for a controversial remark that she made during a business conference. She was highlighting the importance of expanding access to technology and artificial intelligence for low-income families during an onstage interview. Well, the comments she made immediately drew criticism from local political leaders. Listen.
Right now we have, young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things.
Young black kids growing up don't even know what a computer is. Pretty interesting stuff. Like I said before, I'm not shocked by the comments. Of course, she did try to come out and apologize afterwards for the comments, but the damage has already been done. You said what you said. You know, that she called it a slip up or something along those lines, a slip up. That's not a slip up. Like, you meant to say that. As a matter of fact, Joe Biden has actually said something similar to that. But before we get into that, you know, I do want to play this clip. Check it out.
So, y'all, I just watched a video of the Democrat governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, saying that black people, particularly in the Bronx, don't know what computers are. That's an exact quote from her, guys. I've got to tell y'all, and excuse my language in advance, but I am tired of these racist-ass Democrats. I am tired of these racist Democrats and the pass that the media gives them every single day to say this filth. Imagine if any Republican said what she just said. Imagine if Donald J. Trump said what she just said. Every single day, Democrats get a pass to belittle black people, to demean black people, to spit in our face, to play in our face, and everyone just gives them a pass to do so. The only time they have to pretend to care about black people is during an election year, and even then, as it appears by Governor Hochul's comments, the mask still has a tendency to slip. Because they can't hide who they are. They believe in the bigotry of low expectations. They believe that black people are ignorant. They believe that black people can't be independent. They believe that black people can't stand on our own 2 feet. But I've got to tell them something. Let me let you in on a secret. The color of my skin is not a disability. I'm a 21-year-old young black man who doesn't believe that the color of my skin is a disability. And that is for good reason, because it never has been. And so my hope is that my community, the black community, listens to what these Democrats are saying about us and remembers it on election day. These people don't like us, they don't care about us, and they don't give a damn about us. And they don't deserve our votes. It's as simple as that.
I agree with that message 1,000%. You know, that's the thing. If Trump had said those exact same words and then came out and apologized, all of leftist media would be running that story on a loop. On a loop. They ran the whole bloodbath hoax story on a loop, and it was a hoax. It was fake. It wasn't even what he said. So just imagine he said those exact words and then apologized and said, I misspoke afterwards. Oh, well, Trump's racist, tendencies are coming out right before the election, blah, blah, blah. Bro, they would have talked about that like to the end of time. I want to ask you guys something. How many times have you heard leftist media mention that story? How many times? I have yet to see it. I have yet to see any major news coverage of that story. None. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. Y'all tell me. That's why I'm asking, right? I'm only one person, so I can't see everything. But where's the coverage? And I guarantee you, even if there was any type of coverage, which I haven't seen it, they'll try to spin it as if she legitimately misspoke, and they'll downplay it, right? They'll completely downplay it instead of giving the same treatment. See, and this is my thing. I would have no problem with them criticizing Trump if they criticized everybody else equally. I would have no issues, and I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way. I'm sure a lot of you feel the exact same way. I would have zero problem with them criticizing Trump. As long as you criticize Biden in the same manner, as long as you criticize Democrats in the same manner. These folks think that black people are just, I came across this video clip. It's honestly a little funny, if I'm being honest. One, this is a video clip of Joe Biden saying the exact same thing that Kathy Hochul said, which is another reason why I don't buy the narrative that she misspoke, right? Because Joe Biden has said this previously. But this is what they think black people are like in person, because I know they don't hang around any black people, right? We see all types of images and videos and clips, and we hear all the stories of Trump hanging around black people. He's mentioned in all types of rap songs. The only time Biden Democrats are around black people is when it's election season. That's when you see all the imagery of them with some black folks. That's when Kamala throws the hip hop party at her house, right? Come on now. This stuff is foolishness. But this is what they think black people are like in person. Check it out.
A lot of people don't know how to register. Not everybody in the community, the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts, know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccine.
In layman's terms, black people don't know how to get online. What? That's what they think black people are like. Like we're cavemen when it comes to computers.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their...
Goodness gracious. Anyway, as always, man, y'all let me know your thoughts, your opinions on this in the comment section below. Share this video so everyone can see exactly who Democrats really are. They're the racist ones. They're the ones that think black people are all stupid and incapable of doing anything and everything that anybody else is. It's like when they bring up the whole voter ID, they always say, oh, well, it disenfranchises black people. Why does it disenfranchise black people? Well, black people, they don't have IDs and they can't afford to get IDs. So, well, black people are broke and we don't have IDs, so we don't buy alcohol, we don't get on planes, we don't buy, cigarettes, right? We don't register, register to vote or anything like that, right? We just all are walking around with no IDs. We're all just too broke and too stupid to figure that one out. That's what you think of black people. And we don't know how to get on computers to register for anything. Goodness gracious. Peace and love, family. I'm out.